Alright, to use Google Forms, it's just another one of the Google tools. First you'll need to do is you need to sign in. I've already signed in. You can tell that you're signed in. Google account name will be listed right here. Google Forms is in the Documents. To get to Documents, you click on More, Documents, and then we're going to go ahead and just create a Google form. A Google form is just an online survey that is going to populate a spreadsheet with data. That data will be in response to questions that you will put into the form. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Create form. It's going to automatically open up with two questions already populated in this Google form. The first question that I suggest that you always do is, what is your name? I forget it all the time, but if you're going to use Google Forms as some sort of an assessment tool or a means of collecting data or information from your class or whomever, knowing the person's name from which you are getting the data is valuable. You're going to go ahead and add a text question for that. That is just a short answer type of question, and you can make this a required question. What happens if you make it a required question and is that they complete the form. If they don't fill out an answer for this question, it will prompt them that they have to fill out that answer before they will move forward. And you're going to go ahead and hit done. Now if you make a mistake, you don't have to worry about that, because you can click on that little pencil right there and say, yeah, I need to add what is your last name, and you can edit the question. Now we've got the same question. Another tool over here you have is duplicate. I want to duplicate this question, but I'm just going to switch it to, what is your first name? What that's going to do for me is it's going to give me a column in the spreadsheet that this is creating. One column will be for their last name, one column will be for their first name. Now we've got the second question here. Let's edit this question and we can make it any type of question we want. We've got multiple types of questions to choose from. We've already done a text. A text is a short answer. Let's go ahead and do a paragraph text. What that's going to do is going to create a larger box the user can add information into, and write a paragraph about, and then in this box they can go ahead and add that. You can make this a required question or not. In this column in the spreadsheet, it's just going to be one big cell with their paragraph in it. May not make sense to you right now, but it will. And then we're going to say done. All right. Go ahead and let's give it a title before we move forward. You put a title of your form here, and then any instructions that you might want to put in here. If you're using this as an assessment tool, like a little quiz or a test of some sort, you would give instructions about the test in this space, just like you would at the beginning of any type of a small assessment. Alright, so we now have three questions on our form. To add a new one, you go to Add New. We've added a text. We've added a paragraph text. Multiple choice. Multiple choice is a choose one of the following type of a questions. You wouldn't type in choose one of the following. You would say what color is shoes, whatever, and then a list of colors would be the options. Give instructions. This is where you'd say choose one. Option one would be 1, 2, 3, and you can keep adding as many multiple choice questions as you'd like. You should just keep on going down and down and down and down and down, so you're not restricted on the number of questions they can choose from. Make it required or not, and done. Next type of question we're going to add is a checkbox. Checkbox is very much like a multiple choice, but they can choose more than one. What colors do you like? Choose all that apply. And we'll say blue, green, red, orange, yellow. You'll see that I was moving forward to the next square without clicking the square. I was just using the tab button. White, brown, green, and again you can keep adding as many as you'd like. Make it required or not, and done. Next question we're going to add is choose from a list. This is just like a multiple choice. What is the right answer? And they're going to choose one from the list. And this time it's going to be a pull-down menu. This is what it's going to look like. It's going to be just a menu that they're going to pull down from. And we're going to say 60 degrees, 75 degrees, 90 degrees, 120 degrees. I didn't put the degrees in, but clearly it's a trick question, and the right answer is going to be 90 degrees. I've clicked an extra one down here, too many. I don't want that one. Click the X, it goes away. Next type of question is a scale. How do you feel about this? Choose the best. And on this one, it limits you how broad your scale is. And one issue with this is that you can only pick the extremes. I work around this by not using this as my option. I use the multiple choice function, this one right here, and then I make this one extreme and this the other extreme, and this way I can identify elements in between the two extremes. But if you're fine with just picking your extremes, you can use the scale. Next question is a grid. And this is kind of a matching. And so in the columns, you'll have different names, different cities, and then down here you would list different states. I've had people make math tests with this, just basic multiplication, and at the top they had different numbers, and then they list like 15 different equations that would match to any one of these questions. So if they had like 15, they might have a 1 times 5 or 1 times 15 and a 3 times 5, and then that would be the correct answer for both of those. And you can certainly do that. Any one of these answers can be marked multiple times. Make it required. Done. When you're done with all your questions, it does save automatically, but you can save it as you're going along. And then we're going to go ahead and change the theme. Before you're done, you might want to change the way it looks. This is just kind of the background effect, so you can choose a theme that best suits your purpose. And we're going to go ahead and there's one of this next one that I like. Go right there and apply it. It's now the note paper purple, saved. And we're going to go ahead and go to the live form now to see what it looks like. And this is the link right down here. When you have the students or whomever fill out the form, this is the URL address that you give them. I wouldn't have them type it in, but I would give them a link to it. When it opens, this is what it's going to look like. People can then just go ahead and enter their names. Choose one of these following, one of the following questions there. What colors do I like? Today I like orange. What's the right answer? 90. How do I feel about this on a scale? I'm at one extreme or the other. And then match these. Here's the questions. Here are the answers. I'm going to pick here, 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 and here. And then I'm going to submit. When I'm all done, I can go ahead and close this window. And this is the spreadsheet that automatically fills in. You can see that the questions go ahead and populate the spreadsheet. Got my names and the answers